Hello everybody, it is Christine. It is time for Sunday's Scraplift Crafternoon. Let me show you the original. It's from Instagram. I believe her name is Tina. We'll have links below. I love this layout. I'm not going to lie. I for some reason, split layouts like this, where you got one thing on one side, they just attract me. Although, you know, grids, all that kind of stuff attracts me, but I just love this layout. So she's got this single photo, but again, this is split layout. Here she's got essentially 2 pattern papers and a cardstock, which works perfectly for what I've got going on here. And then like a bunch of little embellishments and tags and whatnot. She's got her journaling inside that apple, which is kind of cool. What I have here is a November 24 Scrap Room Flavors of the Month. I don't recall the layout I made before. I think it was some kind of dinner thing, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was for 30 Days of Sketches. I might have used it. It's perfect because I have 1 piece of cardstock and 2 pattern papers. And obviously you have the back side, and I'll probably make like the 1 tag, the long skinny one out of that. But for the moment, I think I'm trying to decide which of the 2. This is the little bit bigger piece, but I do want the stripe. I'm gonna use my circle cutter, my little trusty circle cutter here, to cut my circles. My photo is a sourdough bread my daughter had baked. She used to bake it more frequently. She hasn't baked it in a while. I think she stopped messing with this. She's had a lot going on, y'all. Her business has really started booming, so she didn't have as much time. And I guess babysitting these starters takes effort. So I'm kind of sad because it is good, and she used to bake them, and we have like 4 Dutch ovens. So that's okay. We're going to just, not be too sad. But anyway, my thinking is, and then I have this cool sticker sheet. I'm loving the fact that like homemade bakery, stuff like that. I love this kids can bake because my daughter's my child, so that could be really cute. But I think this would be great. There's the KitchenAid, all the things. So this could be really cute. There's 1 floral on here. I mean, she didn't really have a floral, but that could be cute. And I love she's kind of got stars kind of sprinkled around. I'm not sure what I'm going to do from that perspective, but anyway. So that's really cute. So let me do the cutting. I got to get my circles cut. I will mount this also on probably white cardstock. No, that doesn't look right. That's cream. What shall we use? I have black touches here, so let's use black. Why not? Yeah. So let me do a little bit of cutting. I'll come back on when I'm kind of laying the circles and stuff down, and we'll go from there. See you in a second. Okay, you guys. I decided I needed to make a 6.5-inch circle, and because I'm gonna put, because she's basically got it half along the side of the paper there. I'm trying to speak today and I'm having trouble. I'm gonna actually put my cutter off the side because I don't need the whole circle cut when I'm gonna end up cutting it anyway. So I'm gonna save a little paper by going off to the side. And again, I'm using the middle circle. Let me think just a minute. I have the big one, but it was a separate set. I've got this one here, and then I used the blue one to make it's a 6.5-inch diameter circle. I didn't push hard enough right here, so I think I'm gonna have to, I have to trim this down just a tiny bit. This is me not pushing hard enough. Sometimes I'm just, I just don't do it. I know it, and in fact, I almost know it while I'm doing it. I'm like, you're not pushing hard enough, Christine. And it doesn't take a lot of pressure. I'm not pushing hard enough. So it looked to me like she did have the edges of her papers scuffed. So I'm going to use my little scufferator here and scuff the edges of these papers. And then I think I'm going to mess with I am so sorry. I don't remember what order I did things. So I'm about to watch this video with you in a way. And the sad part is I just did this layout a few hours ago. But we went out and planned it. I'm going to do a scrapbook layout about it. But we went out today. We bought a bunch of trees. And actually, you would have seen a layout about that, I think, already from my 52 weeks photos. We bought a bunch of trees, fruit trees. We're going to make like a little orchard, and we had to plant them today. And I'm not going to lie, you guys, I'm tired. Hobby farming is a lot of work. I mean, we enjoy it, but still, it's a lot of work. We get those trees in the ground, so they don't die. And so we're out there digging all these holes. We had 8, it was a rose bush and a blackberry bush, and then 6 trees. So I had to dig 8 holes. Technically, I didn't have to dig them all, to be fair. Family came out and helped, and so there was kind of shared labor there, but it was definitely busy. So I am now getting my little banner piece cut here. I've got my 2 circles glued down. I've got to make a little tag. Now, I'm going to cut away in a minute. I think I dink around here for just a second. And I decided she had kind of a curved top on the second little tag. And at first I was thinking, well, maybe I can use a circle punch or just something. I start to cut this, and then I thought, hold on, I have a die. I actually have a graphic 45 tag die that has a curved top. So now you can see I've cut that. I will tell you, I think I'm missing I'm certain of it. There's a die that makes the whole cover, so it makes kind of a good-sized hole in the tag, and I know I'm missing that die that goes with that, so I have kind of a bigger hole. You'll see that in a minute. The other thing I noticed, I think she stitched around her circles. I'm not going to stitch. I don't have a sewing machine or anything, but I do take my pen here and just kind of draw a little black line around the outside of my circle. And I'm just kind of, again, I thought to me that looks, kind of lightly even, let it skip and stuff, to be honest with you. I don't do like a real solid line on purpose. So I go, okay, that looks kind of cute. So now I got to get the tag down. That little piece there is actually a cut apart, like a 3x4 cut apart journaling card, what do you want to call it? I think it's from a really old Simple Stories collection, like the I Am one. I'm not certain, but I think so, because I pulled it out of my collection of 3x4s. And the colors went really well with this stripe here. So I thought, I'm going to use this. I think it looks great. There's not any red in it technically, but the turquoise and the pink and the yellow, I think it all looks pretty good. So I'm going to use that. Here's where I'm going to put my string through the top of this tag. Now hers technically just had it wrapped. So this top one here, I'm going to go ahead and let it drape, but the second one with the bigger hole, I do kind of wrap it. To me, again, that's that bigger hole, that there's a die piece that, creates like a little cover for it or whatever that makes it a little smaller. I don't have that. I think there's another set that I never bought, I guess. And so it's a little bit big. I thought I had a circle punch that might cover it. I couldn't find anything. So I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it like she did. And I think this looks kind of neat. I'll just glue these down with a little bit of ATG on the back side of this tag here. I left the branding strip on there because that's going to get covered up in just a minute anyway, and it didn't really matter. So that's why you're seeing that. So I'm going to kind of organize these things here. I will actually put the journaling card, this one here, down in just a second. I'm going to end up shifting it downward even more so later, because there's a little tag bit that goes on it that, well, I'll tell you in a minute when you start seeing stuff. But here, I'm going to glue all this down. I did double mat the photo. I had the black cardstock that I really liked, but then also the back side of the, was it the wood grain or the red? It was the red. It was like this little like grid paper, and I went ahead and used it as a double mat there because I thought it would show up a little bit better than just it was a little bigger. It made the picture a little bit bigger. So I'm going to put the photo up on foam, and what do I do next? I think I get into the sticker sheet next. This takes me just a second. I almost pulled out my fun foam. I'm almost out of my fun foam, but I bought so much of these pieces at the expo. I'm not really sure I need to get into fun foam yet. I have to see about it. It's an economical way to lift your, more bigger pieces. But I don't know about that yet. This I decided was a little too long because I need to put the title down there, and I realized, okay, this tag is hanging down, or this tag's hanging down really too far. So I'm going to cut that. It's a little off center, but it's okay. It's homemade, right? But because I'm going to get to the sticker sheet here, I do decide the title's going to be Homemade Bakery because I think that's kind of cute and it looks good together. I'm going to set it down first. I will come back in later and use the wood grain border strip, but I'm going to come back in a little bit for that. I'll kind of overlap these just a bit. I think this is really cute, though. And then she had something to the left, so I'm going to put, oh, wait, hold on just a second. This is where I'm going to get this baking. It's a tab, and I'm going to put over the top here. And I'm going to set all that down. In a little bit, you'll see I'm going to kind of mess around with the word baking and bake and all that kind of stuff, and I'll decide to drop that journaling card just a tad. I put that little loaf of bread there next to Homemade Bakery because she had a thing there. And then I decide I need to put something underneath the word bakery. I thought this looks a little bit weird kind of floating on its own. So I grabbed that wood grain border sticker and bring it there. And now I really like this because I've got wood grain in 3 spots, right? So I got it on my little border strip there. I got it in the tag and I got it in the circle. And then I'm going to have red, after I start putting the stickers down, I'll have the red circle. I'm going to have the red title. And then you'll notice a few little red bits over here on the right. So I create a visual triangle with the red as well. And I really like this. I think this turned out pretty. There's this little kitchen here. I'm setting that down. I'm going to actually come back in and put something behind it in a minute. There's the KitchenAid up there. There's a KitchenAid over here. I'm going to move that KitchenAid that's on the right. That's going to come down. Again, you're going to kind of see me fast just a little bit because this is where the rubber meets the road when it comes to stickers. This is my embellishments, and so I have to figure something out. I noticed on her left, she did have like a couple of like tag-looking things or journaling card things kind of behind that right-hand set of embellishments. So I'm going to take this one piece here, which is what I mounted the photo on, and I'm going to put it behind the little kitchen and create like a little spot. So then I bring my KitchenAid down. Now that's going to actually end up on foam. I'm going to put foam behind that little KitchenAid. I'm going to put foam behind some stuff in the upper left. And I'm going to have one more thing come on that right-hand side that's going to be red, and I'll put some foam behind it. Little mixing bowl there. These little embellishments were just too cute. Just too cute for words. I'm going to stick all these on here. what is that one? I think that's the little mitten, the little mitten that helps you with, you know, peeling your pans out. And this is where I kind of mess around. Do you see I'm putting the word baking there, and I really like that, but it was too much in line with the tab that says baking. So then I thought, okay, well, let me try one of these other pieces, one of these other little wordy bits. And I finally just realized you're going to have to come down because that baking needs to come down if I don't want something in the upper left of that picture to be right in line with that. So that's going to come down. So here's where I do that. I try baking, but then I go, we got baking and baking. Not sure I like that. I'll end up with bake, actually. I thought to also put a wordy bit down underneath the kitchen over there, but I changed my mind on that a little bit. I'll do something different. This tab here says time-tested recipe, or recipes, I guess, really. I mess with this baking, y'all, and I'm not using it. Spoiler alert, I'm going to put that away and, again, pull out something else. Let's see. There's tons of little things on here. It's so cute. This little red thing here I like, so I'm going to end up putting that up on foam. It's going to go up on top of that little kitchen there. And I think that, again, that offers that nice red visual triangle. And it takes me just a second to take the foamies off. Let me see what else have I got going on now. Was that said easy bake, I think. I didn't end up using that. And I'm going to put the word bake. Now you can see the word bake is right there. It's kind of smaller. It's green. It's a little bit different. So it looks like it's not in alignment of the other word baking. Yeah, the sourdough was really good, though. I'm not going to lie. She used to make a couple of loaves a week, and she hasn't made it in a while. She found a lady in town, if I'm 100% honest with you, that makes them like as her business, and she brings them, and Brooke has them anyway at her her shop. So she just grabs that lady's because they're already done, obviously. So she brings those home. Here's where she had like stars kind of sprinkled around. So I take a few little bits. There's like some little tiny flowers and some little circle elements with flowers in them. So I'm going to sprinkle those kind of around. And then ultimately, underneath the picture of the bread, I'm going to have the words, let's stay home and bake. That's one of the wordy bits on there. And then there's a little like banner looking piece kind of that has, it's in the set on the stickers in the upper left of the sticker sheet. Well, there's a bunch of different, there's like 6 of them. Well, one of them had a little KitchenAid. So I'm going to grab that pink one. And, well, here's where I'm putting this piece down. And I'm going to put a little KitchenAid right there because she kind of had like a little label and stuff like that. So you can kind of see that now. So here's the slowdown. There's all my little stickers and all the goodies. I think this turned out really cute, actually. I use a red and white striped string, by the way. I didn't even mention that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check out the playlist and the little, the original poster. Sorry, I am getting late in the day, y'all. I am tired from all that digging. So apologies for my rambling. And we will see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.